Guys, we are in Cambridge 2. My God. Difficult earlier Cambridge materials. But our objective today, we are doing reading. We're doing the reading test. Our objective today is not anything else but the true, false, not given, or the yes, no, not given. So our objective is to perfect this. So this is the second reading passage. It's all about cars. There. So let's just make that bigger. Okay. So vehicle pollution is worse in European cities than anywhere else. So that's a keyword, guys. European cities is also a keyword, worse there than anywhere else. So all of these elements should come out in the reading passage. If one of them is missing, one of those elements, the answer is not given. Okay. That's one of the ways to determine a not given response. But if all of them are in the passage, then we're trying to find out if it's yes, no, or not given. All right, so a clear standout is European cities. There, that phrase, European cities. So there, I see Europe over here, guys. So that might be the one. And then we need to find vehicle pollution. Mm, pollution. I cannot see the word pollution. Environmental pollution. There. Hmm. So I saw Europe over there, guys, and I saw pollution over here. And then I'm trying to see if there is something else. I see Moscow over there, Mexico. And then I don't see any more Europe.
Sa B,
United.
sa B po, sir.
Nasa
Paragraph B
B.
po. B,
Okay.
sa dulo pang sentence. Vehicle pollution is a major health hazard.
Oh,
Automobile
okay.
vehicle pollution.
Letter B.
Yes, sir. Vehicle pollution po, nasa baba. Nasa...
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sa latter part, sir.
So I'll read the entire passage, guys. Wait, I'm trying to determine what are the other question types. So there, list of headings, and then, oh, I see. Okay. Oh, in which paragraph did any of this come out in? Okay. All right. Let's just ignore that. Okay, so vehicle pollution is worse. While emissions from new cars are far less harmful, so what we did is we ignored paragraph A, guys. Emissions from new cars are far less harmful than they used to be. Vehicle pollution is worse. City streets and motorways are becoming more crowded than ever, often with older tracks, buses, and taxis, which emit excessive levels of smoke and fumes. This concentration of vehicles make air quality in urban areas unpleasant and sometimes dangerous to breathe. Even Moscow has joined the list of capitals afflicted by congestion and traffic fumes. In Mexico City, vehicle pollution is a major health hazard. So I don't see Europe. So I would guess I will have to read A as well because that's where Europe came out. There are now over 700 million motor vehicles in the world, and the number is rising by more than 40 million each year. The average distance driven by car users is growing too, from 8 kilometers a day per person to 25 kilometers a day in 1995. This dependence on motor vehicles has given rise to major problems, including environmental pollution, depletion of oil resources, traffic congestion, and safety. So, guys, I do not see vehicle pollution being worse in European cities than anywhere else. I don't see it, guys. I don't see it, guys. I don't see anything about vehicle pollution being worse in European cities than anywhere else. Or maybe it's somewhere else. Maybe it's somewhere else. In Europe, most cities are still designed for the old modes of transport. Adaptation to the motor car has involved adding ring roads, one-way system, and parking lots. In the United States, more land is assigned to car use than to housing. Wow. Urban sprawl means that life without a car is next to impossible. Mass use of motor vehicles has also killed or injured millions of people. Other social effects have been blamed on the car, such as alienation and aggressive human behavior. I really don't see it, guys. Mm. A 1993 study by the European Federation for Transport and Environment found that car transport is 7 times as costly as rail travel in terms of the external social costs it entails, such as congestion, accidents, pollution, loss of cropland and natural habitats, depletion of oil resources, and so on. So, guys, clearly
Not given.
not given. All right. At saka ano yan, guys, typically, finding the first question is gonna take time. And as you go along, it's easier to find the other items because they are somewhere near. But remember, this is Cambridge 2. So we might not see a pattern. It's not like in the current Cambridge materials, you will see a pattern. For example, 20 came out in B. You can expect that 21 is gonna come out in B or C. But this is Cambridge 2. So it could come out anywhere. That's the earlier Cambridge. Mhm. And then look at that. Transport by horse would be a useful alternative. I don't see any horses. Wait, let's look for the. Oh, there, horse drawn. Okay, sige, sige. Let's read that. Until 100 years ago, most journeys were in the 20-kilometer range. This is conveniently accessible by horse. Heavy freight could only be carried by water or rail. The invention of the motor vehicle brought personal mobility to the masses and it made rapid freight delivery possible over a much wider area. Today, about 90% of inland freight in the UK is carried by road. Clearly, the world cannot revert to the horse-drawn wagon, cannot avoid being locked into congested and polluting ways of transporting people and goods. Would be a useful alternative. Wala naman akong nakitang a useful alternative. Not given na naman. Dalawang not given na sunod-sunod, guys. Meron pa bang mention of a horse? Wala na. I don't see any more horse. Yun lang yung horse eh. Okay. So, NG na naman. Di ba? So, ganun guys. If the element is missing, not given yun. Yan. If all the elements are there, when I say an element, it's a constituent of a sentence, no, that contributes to meaning, no? So, for example, freight is an element. Not carried by water is an element. In the United Kingdom is an element. If any one of those elements are missing. But itong nowadays na to, that adverb, that's an element. If any one of them is missing, kahit isa lang, not given yan. But if all of them comes out, then the options are yes, no, not given. Yeah. Okay. Freight is not carried by water in the UK. So UK is a clear keyword. You know, freight is not carried by water in the UK. Not given na naman. Heavy freight could only be carried by water or rail. The invention of the motor vehicle brought personal mobility to the masses and made massive rapid freight delivery possible over a much wider area. Today, about 90% of inland freight is carried by road. So, ayun guys, so 90% by road. Ibig sabihin, may 10% pa na water. or real. So false yun. And yun, that constituent, no? That one. False yun. I-isolate natin yun, yung constituent na yan. So if you notice, guys, IELTS reading is really like law practice siguro, no? Maybe if we were studying law, parang ganito tayo, no? We would like analyze, diba? Like critically analyze each constituent. Yun. Okay. So false talaga yan. No. No. And then most European cities were not designed for motor vehicles. So we're looking for European cities. Ayun, at least malapit lang siya, no? So basahin natin to, guys. So yun, most, most not designed for motor vehicles. Oo nga, di ba some cities are so tiny? Diba yung mga kalye nila? In Europe, most cities are still designed for the old modes of transport. Yun. So parang lumabas siya, guys, no? Oh, not designed for motor vehicles, still designed for the old modes of transport. Sa akin, pareho ang meaning, no? Do you understand? Let's read some more, no? Adaptation to the motor cars involve many ring roads, one-way systems, and more land is designed. Yun lang yan. It's just dun. Yun lang. Yun, yes. So, nagtataka ako dito sa dalawang sunod-sunod na not given. Technology alone cannot solve the problem of vehicle pollution. Technology alone, yun, cannot solve the problem of vehicle pollution. So we're looking for technology. Again, guys, remember, we did not read. We're just looking for keywords. Kaya favorite kong unahin ang yes, no, not given. Favorite ko siyang unahin. I don't know, what's your preference? Okay, technology. Looking for technology. Ayun, technical solutions can reduce the pollution problem. Yun na yun. That's it, guys. And increase the fuel efficiency of engines. But fuel consumption and exhaust emissions depend on which cars are preferred by customers and how they are driven. Many people buy larger cars than they need for daily purposes or waste fuel by driving aggressively. Besides, global car use is increasing at a faster rate than the improvement in emissions and fuel efficiency, which technology is now making possible. So, alone. Lumabas ba yun? Parang nandito siya, no? Fuel consumption and exhaust emissions depend on which cars are preferred by customers. Guys, nakita niyo to, ha? Technology solutions can reduce the pollution problem and increase the fuel efficiency of engines. Can, no? Tapos, parang sa akin, parang pareho siya doon, no? Maaring yung mga technology, maaring masolve ang mga problema. Tapos may but pa siya doon, eh. Yun. Kaya parang yes sa akin yun. So parang ano, guys, no, itong alone, technology alone, parang wala talaga in a sentence. Nandun lang siya, guys, eh. Yung konteksto nun. Yun. Kung Tagalogin natin yan, yung exhaust emissions tsaka yung fuel consumption, nakadepende pa rin sa kung ano yung gusto na mamimili. Diba? Eh, kung gusto nila yung malaking consumption or yung exhaust emissions, choice nila yan. Tapos marami pa bumibili ng mas malaking mga kotse. So parang sa akin yun, cannot solve alone, alone. That's how I interpret it. So hindi tayo
But sir, it says cannot solve.
cannot solve. Oh.
Cannot solve.
Kung Tagalogin natin.
The passage says
Yun.
can reduce.
Technology. Pero may alone no? Yun. So sa Tagalog natin, ang teknolohiya mismo, no? Ang mismong teknolohiya, hindi niya masosolve ang problema ng pollution. Tagalog yun Hindi niya masosolve to yung mismong teknolohiya. Ang sinabi sa passage is,
Okay.
yung teknolohiya maaring ma-solve ang problema. Pero ayun na.
Okay, sir.
Diba
Okay.
guys?
Yes,
Maaari. Okay, sir.
Kaya parang yung
Okay, sir.
yung
Got it, sir.
itong word na alone, hindi siya covered by a sentence, no? Parang the way, I could be wrong pero ganun ang basa ko sa kanya. And parang may but pa dun kasi ang dami yun. Tapos yung global car use is increasing at a faster rate than technology. So talagang hindi pwedeng technology lang.
Sir,
Pero
yung,
dapat, sir,
yung mga technical solutions nakalagay po lahat dun sa mismong paragraph.
Oo.
pero dapat din niya sinabing can, sir.
Oo nga. Kasi ang galing niya mag-isip, no? Parang minsan when I look at a tricky question, minsan pinapasok ko yung utak ng ng the test developer, no? Yun, parang
Sana sinabi niya, sir, no? Technical solutions might reduce the pollution.
yung parang might din yun no? Kaya lang ginamit siguro niya yung can, tapos yung tanong niya cannot, para maguluhan yung di ba? Para feeling mo opposite, di ba? Di ba? Parang opposite no? Can tsaka cannot, no? Kaya,
para mabaliw
no?
kami.
Para mabaliw kayo, pero andun yung alone no? So yung alone na yan yung technology alone, no? Ayun na yung but importante itong but Tapos parang may 3 point siya, 1, 2, tapos 3. Yun. Kaya talagang sa akin, technology alone cannot. Yun. Parang ganun. Hanep, no? Ang hirap kaya gumawa ng ganyang mga tanong, no? Di ba, guys?
But, baka yun yung parang turning point. Kasi, sabi niya can, pero, yun diba, sir? Parang
kung yan lang,
sir.
kung i-block out natin lahat yon, parang yun na yun, no? Technology can. Yun. Maaari. May posibilidad. Ang solusyon dito, maaaring technology. Kaya lang pumasok si but. Yun. Kaya, sa akin, alone, by itself. Matagal na yung passage na to, pero ngayon, ang dami ng developments in technology, no? In cars. This is really a good field of technological development, with Elon Musk in particular, no? Galing niya, no? So, at saka tingnan mo yung pattern, no? Parang ganun ang napansin ko sa earlier Cambridge na parang quirky yung pattern niya, hindi tulad sa mga newer Cambridge materials, medyo spread out. No? Bihira yung mga nagdidikit-dikit na ganyan no? Pero tingnan mo to so far, let's assume that we're all correct. Yan, NG, no, yes. Parang hindi man lang taga-alternate, no? Parang masyadong dikit-dikit. And then people's choice of car and attitude to driving is a factor. So yung choice of car at yung attitude, factor ba yun sa pollution problem? Saan yun? Ayun, one solution, designing cities and neighborhoods so that car journeys are not necessary. Oo nga, dapat gawin nila yan no? Yung nasa design no? Yan, ang daling pumunta from one place to another, di ba? Kaya ayaw mo na magsasakyan. all essential services being located within walking distance or easily accessible by public transport. Ito yan. Not only would it save energy and cut carbon dioxide emissions, it would also enhance the quality of community life, putting the emphasis on people instead of cars. Good local government is already bringing this in some places. Very nice. But few democratic communities are blessed with a vision and the capital to make such profound changes in modern lifestyles. Pero wala pa rin ako nakikitang attitude. Nasaan ba yung attitude na yun? Wala akong nakikitang attitude. Atras tayo. So ano yan guys? Magulit talaga yung earlier Cambridge. Kung saan-saan siya lalabas. Attitudes. Attitudes. Pollution. Lumabas na sa, ayun yung aggressive human behavior. Yun yung attitudes. And then factor ba siya in the pollution problem? In most European cities, for the old modes of transport, adaptation to the cars involved adding ring roads, one-way systems, parking lots. In the US, more land is assigned to car use than to housing. Urban sprawl means that life without a car is next to impossible. Mass use of motor vehicles has also killed or injured millions of people. Other social effects have been blamed on the car, such as... So yung... Nasaan yung choice of car? So, kung yan yun, attitude, aggressive human behavior, not given yan. No? Factor in pollution. Wala, hindi ko makita guys eh. Aggressive human behavior. Oo nga, bakit ang mga ibang tao nag-drive lang yung mayabang, di ba? Di ba? Magiging maangas. Weird, no? Weird ng tao. Drive ka lang, bigla ka naging mayabang. Pollution. This dependence has given rise to including environmental pollution. Wala akong makita, guys. Not given sa akin yun. NG. Then, redesigning cities would be a short-term solution. Nandito na siya. Parang no sa akin yan, guys. Ayun, no? Long-term solution. Ayun. So, no talaga. Ito madali, no? Kasi lumabas yung redesigning cities. Ayun, no? Designing, oh.
Yes, sir.
Would be a short-term solution. Ay, malinaw, a long-term solution is designing neighborhoods and cars. Diba? Parang ganun. So that's it. NG, no. Yes, NG, no. Let's check. Huwag natin sisilipin yung iba. Yun. Then let's try another round. No? Another round. So you can do it this way, guys. Ina-isolate mo lang yung yes, no, not given. Pero napapansin niyo, no, parang underline ko yun. I look at elements of a sentence. Kasi bawat element, yan, subject, verb, object, and then ito, direct object, ito, indirect object. Yan, parang ganun. Yan, transport by horse. Yan, subject yun. A useful alternative. That is the object. Tapos, direct object yun. Tapos ito, indirect object. Pero elements, no? Yung particularly a cluster of words, no? Like transport by horse. Yan. Yan. Minsan, isang word lang will make the difference. Parang itong alone, no? Nakita mo yun, di ba? Isang word lang siya, no? Pero nag-iba yung meaning. Kung tinanggal natin yon, technology cannot solve the problems of vehicle pollution. Yun. Parang malinaw na parang mas madaling intindihin kaya lang pumasok yung alone eh. Yung parang Tagalog lang. Ang technology lang, ayan. Kung technology lang, hindi niya kayang i-solve ang problema. Kung technology lang, parang ganun. Can you imagine the impact of one word? Yan. Ito naman, hindi ko talaga makita. Attitude to driving is a factor. Hindi ba talaga lumabas yun? To pollution? Wait ah. Ayun, ito. Many people buy larger cars than they need for daily purpose or waste fuel by driving aggressively. Yun, guys. Ayun yun. Oo, parang may nakita ako eh. Yun. Tingnan mo ha. Many people buy larger car. Ayun na yung people's choice of car. Oh, yun. We were looking at the wrong sentence. Tapos, driving aggressively. Oh, attitude yun. So, ang hanapin na lang natin yung factor to the pollution. This is the factor in the pollution problem. Okay. Ayun, can reduce the pollution problem. But, ayan na naman, ayan, many people buy larger cars. O yun, so naging yes siya. 3 yes na sunod-sunod, man. Oh my God. Sana nag-not given na lang yun. 3 yes na sunod-sunod. Pero take note, sa ngayon, hindi na ganyan yung pattern. Mas kalat na yan, spread out the responses. Okay. Yan, pero I'm sure yes na yun. Okay. Nasaan na? What test is this? Anong number yan? 20. Listening, reading. Listening, nasan yung reading? Ayun, sa kabila. Okay. 20 not given. 21 is no. Mali tayo rito. Oh my God, 22 is not given. 3 yes talaga, oh. Tsaka no. Oh my God. Balikan natin to, guys. Hala, inanalyze ko pa naman, oh. Pero tumama tayo sa alone, di ba? Not given, tsaka no. Balikan natin yan. Bakit? Yun. So, alamin ko kung paano tayo nadali na. Ang galing mo, examiner, ha? Tricky ka, ha? Yun, anong klaseng utak yan? Ayan, guys. Balikan natin yung... Oh, no, dapat to, di ba? Transport by horse would be a useful alternative to motor vehicles. Lumabas ba yun? Given ba yun? Clearly, the world cannot revert to the... Ay, oo, guys. Ayun nga siya. Transport by horse would be a useful alternative to motor vehicles. Andito yun, oh. Ayun. Ayun. Lumabas nga siya. Hindi ko lang nakita. Transport by horse would be a useful alternative to motor vehicles. Tagalogin natin kung kung gamitan natin mga kabayo, mas magandang alternatibo yon sa sasakyan. Pero ang sinabi doon, hindi tayo pwede bumalik sa panahong ginagamit natin yung mga kabayo. Lumabas nga siya. Galing. Tim. Hinanap-hanap ko siya. Hindi ko siya nakita. Bumalik ako rito. Ayun, horse. Oh, makita ko doon. Nandun ka pala. Ang galing mo magtago, man. Bravo, IELTS! Anong klaseng utak ang gumawa nun? Tinago niya yung sagot. Andun lang po. Ang galing. Tapos ito, bakit not given to? Freight is not carried by water in the UK. Nasaan yung freight? Oh, nakalagay kaya. 90% of inland freight in the UK is carried by road. Alam ko na. Freight ang freight ay hindi dinadala sa tubig na sa UK. Ha? Ito nakalagay. Ano ba ito ng inland freight ay dumadaan sa mga kalye. So may 10% pa, di ba? May 10%. Ano yung 10% na yun? Heavy freight could only be carried by water or rail. Freight is not carried by water. Bakit siya no? Nowadays, freight is not carried by water in the United Kingdom. Bakit siya no? May 10% pa eh. Diba? O, 90% road, diba? O, may 10% pa eh. O, water or rail. O, water. O, freight is not carried by water. Isa. Hindi ko maintindihan bakit not given yung heavy freight could only be carried by water.
Heavy freight. Because of the word heavy freight?
Heavy freight.
General na yun.
Parang dapat walang pinagkaiba yun eh. Pag sinabi mo heavy freight or freight, lahat yung pareho lang sa akin. Is not carried by water. Or could only be carried by water or rail. Made rapid freight delivery possible. Baka ngayon dahil sa heavy freight na yun. Diba? Malabo yun. Mali yung answer key doon, guys. Given kaya. The invention of the broad personal mobility and made rapid freight delivery possible over a much wider area. Today, about 90% of inland freight in the UK is carried by road. 90%. Di may 10% pa. Yung 10% na yun, yun yung water or rail.
Pero hindi na siya heavy, sir, kasi 10% na lang po.
Daya hindi naman niya specify kung ano yung heavy. Ang daya malabo, daya.
Or siguro sir yung rail dahil sa question is by water only. And then
Carried
sa
by
passage
water.
or rail.
Freight is not carried by water. Pero sabi niya carried by water.
Yeah, that's why it's not given. Yes, sir, missing, right?
Pero carried by water. Tingnan niyo guys, could only be carried by water or rail.
Hindi kaya sir could only be carried?
Yes, sir.
Ay, ito.
Question.
Ito. So, my God Itong nowadays, buwisit ka ha, adverb yan ha. Alam mo yung mga adverbs na yung buwisit yan eh. Buwisit ka, adverb ha. Until 100 years ago, most journeys were in the 20 km. Heavy freight could only be carried by water or rail. Sa Tagalog, hanggang sa 100 years ago,
noon.
di ba? Hanggang sa 100 taon na nakakalipas, hanggang doon sa panahon na yon, so past. Itong heavy freight could only be carried by water rail. Yun yung 100 years ago.
Tapos
nowadays, hindi natin alam. Hindi nga given. 90% ang by road. Hindi natin alam yung 10%. Pinatay tayo ng isang word, man. Ayun o. Grabe siya, nandun ka lang.
Pinaraphrase lang, sir.
Oo, yun. Yun. Lahat yan, magkakasama sila. All of them in the past. Ito, present na yan yung nowadays. Nowadays na yun, oh. Nowadays, 90% is carried by road.
Pero hindi niya
Pero hindi sinabi ko ano yung
10%.
10%. Kaya NG siya.
Ang hirap.
Di ba? Dito tayo nagbase. Yun o. Kaya lang feeling natin ito ngayon, ito. Yung pala 100 years ago pa yun. Ang galing mo, IELTS. Grabe siya. So, a paragraph contains constituents as well. So, yan, isang constituent yun in the paragraph in the past. Until 100 years ago yun. Yun. Ito, present na to. Yan yung lahat yan, constituent yan, present na yun. Not given talaga. Sa present, walang sinabi kung dinadala ba yung iba sa tubig o hindi. Walang sinabi. Oh my God! Yun, guys. So, ganyan na. It feeds into your memory na ang mga constituents na yun, like one word like that, can impact the entire sentence. Dating nakita mong given, yung pala not given siya dahil lang dito sa nowadays. Wala ngang sinabi about the present. Grabe, sino ang nag-isip na itong test na to? At this question type sa IELTS lang yun. Ang galing, guys, no? Diba?
Nadali na naman tayo, Ma'am Kleng.
Nadali tayo. Oo. Pero,
90%
ang importante, naintindihan natin kung paano tayo nadali. Hindi yung tatanggapin na lang natin ang mali. Diba? Pabalikan natin, iintindihin natin paano mo ako niloko. Pabalikan natin yun. Do you follow, guys? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Para ngayon, because of IELTS, I'll give an example. Like, I think I gave this example already before. Na nakausap ko siya sa mall kanina. Yun. Tapos ngayon, sabi ng friend mo, oh, nagkita pala kayo eh. Bakit hindi mo man lang siningil? Something like that. Balik tayo. Sabi ko, nakausap ko siya sa mall kanina. Tapos sabi ng kaibigan ko, nagkita pala kayo, sana siningil mo na. Tapos sasabihin ko ngayon, hello, nakausap ko lang siya. Hindi ko siya nakita. Do you understand? My God, nakausap, hindi nakita. Yun. Sabihin ko sa friend ko, hello, not given. Kasi, or hello, false kaya. Iba yung nakausap, iba yung nakita. Feeling mo nakausap ko lang, nagkita kami. Iba yun. Do you understand? Parang nakausap ko siya sa cellphone. O ano ba? Nasa mall ako, nag-usap kami sa cellphone. Hindi kami nagkita. Can you imagine what one word impacts an entire sentence? Grabe, no?
Bakit kasi, sir, kailangan sabihin sa mall?
O nga, yung mall ang nagpagulo doon. Ano? Hindi. Nandun ako sa mall nung nag-usap kami. Hindi sinabi ko lang nasa mall.
Ang pagulo talaga.
Tuloy. O parang inisip mo tuloy. nandun ka sa mall, nandun din siya sa mall. Di ba nagkita kayo doon? Doon kayo nag-usap. Yung mall doon na nagpagulo. Galing, no? Yun. So, if,
Still.
yun. So, guys, pag magbabubbles kayo, ganun gawin nyo. Kung gusto nyo kahit yes, no, not given lang, yun, hindi nyo naman kailangan tapusin yung entire test. Parang hanggang sa ma-perfect nyo lang yung yes, no, not given. Yun. Kasi, as in, walang exam na walang yes, no, not given. Wala. Parating meron yun. Yun. And parati siyang mahirap. Yan. Alright. So, parang gusto kong gawin to. Stop na ba natin? Stop na natin, guys. Pahinga muna tayo. Let's just save this recordings. Let's save this for next time. No? Yun. So, ayun guys. Takbo na kayo sa whatever reading passage you have. Huwag niyo muna ita-time. Punta lang kayo sa yes, no, not given. Try to perfect it. Pag nagkamali kayo, balikan nyo, intindihin nyo ano bang technique ng examiner kung paano niya ako nadali. Galing. Hanep, no? Paano nila naisip yung mga ganyang klaseng exam? Diba? Cambridge, ha? Grabe ka, Cambridge, ha? Yun. And then soon enough, guys, pag nakikita nyo na yung techniques nila, hindi ka na nahuhuli. You're on your way to scoring band 8, 8.5, at saka 9. Can you imagine, pupunta ka na ngayon sa yung kinabukasan with that kind of score. Ang talino mo na, no, nakuha, naintindihan mo na kung paano nag-ooperate ang language sa mundo. Kung paano mo pwedeng i-tweak ang meaning by just a power of one word. Yun. Okay. Parang ang ganda mo na ngayon, ha? Na, yung na yun, ha? Na, adverb na naman yun, yung na, ha? That's just one word, 2 letters lang yun, guys. Pero ang tindi ng impact ko. Diba? Uy, ang ganda mo na ngayon, ha? O, diba? Uy, ang ganda mo na. Ibig sabihin, ang bigat ng implication nun. Ibig sabihin dati siyang pangit. Ayan. Kasi may na, eh. Diba? Can you imagine? Diba? Yung siguro parang pinag-aralan ng nakita nila na ay, yung word na yun, no? Parang it can impact meaning, reverse suddenly. May sinabi siya na hindi niya sinabi, no? Parang ganun, ano? Yun, gawin natin yan sa test. Yun, parang nowadays. Oh my God. Nowadays, that adverb. Okay. Wait, I'll stop the recording first and let's talk about the bubbles for later.